Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Drop Zone with your boys Anthony Young and Jeff Walsh. How you doing today, bud?
Pretty good. Me and you are very excited. NFL free agency has begun. And the shocking news of everything going on. We're gonna be on here for a while, so everybody who tunes in, sit back, relax. We have over 100 names to go through because they're not a lot of small names. They are big name players going to big name places, and a lot of shocking, kind of upsetting moves, in our opinion, as well. So, I mean, I'm good. I'm excited, and as you see, I'm wearing a Heat jersey because the boy Bam Adebayo dropped 83 points.
Well,
So we
let's
will talk
discuss
about
that. Let's discuss that first
yeah.
while we got it.
Oh,
Um,
sorry. How are you doing? Oh, that's that one.
I'm doing good. Guess what? We actually have the stream running on the group today.
Wow, and now it's not on your thing.
Yeah, I noticed.
We got one, but not the other.
uh, that's all right. At least we got the group going.
Mm. Yeah, if you guys see me looking down, I'm still getting all the news. Was two more trades, I think, that just literally happened in the past like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy night.
So I'm gonna keep looking down. I'm gonna keep typing shit up. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. But we will again talk about Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points last night against the Washington Wizards,
Whew. I mean,
surpassing Kobe
I
Bryant.
understand it's against the Wizards, but still, 83 points against anybody is impressive.
Yeah, I really hate these people saying, "Oh, he shot 36 from 43 free throws." They fouled him because they couldn't stop him. In the first quarter, he had 31 points. He was he was hitting so many threes. He was getting past Alex Sarr, dunking on him, doing all these moves. So yeah, they had no choice but to foul him. Were some of the fouls down the stretch kind of like the refs wanted it to happen? Sure, but I mean, who wouldn't? Like you see a guy at 70 some points, like why wouldn't you kind of just want to see it happen? Again, a lot of people
Yep.
are saying this is the worst that like they don't respect it. I would love for anybody to go out there and
Put up
score
83 points.
like even try and score 80, not even 80. I would love for the average person to try and go out on a basketball court and score 10 points against a basketball team. The Wizards, who say that oh, like, yeah, like, their defense sucks. It does suck, but guess what? You're not you are not going to score 10 points. All right. Bam was drafted, I think 2018, 2019, maybe even 2017. Um, and he was a defensive center out of uh, Kentucky. A defensive center. He wasn't offensive. And when he went to the Heat, Hassan Whiteside was in front of him. It didn't take much to outwork Hassan Whiteside because Hassan Whiteside was not
Ancient.
very with work ethic.
And he was
But
ancient by that time, too.
mhm, but Bam put in a lot of work with Udonis Haslam, assistant coach, Lavoy Allen, Karam Butler, and Chris Quinn. And now look at him. He scored 83 points in front of his mom, in front of his girlfriend, Asia Wilson. Like, can we just celebrate it? Like, why do, like, people, like, he does something historic and people are absolutely shitting on him that it was a joke of a game, of a performance. In 42 minutes, he had 83 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 5 turnovers, 20 for 43 from the field, 7 for 22 from three, and 36 for 43 from the third free throw line. People are shitting on it.
I look at it this way. I mean, not a time went to the free throw line is bizarre. Is just crazy. But I mean, you can't fault him for that. That's not his fault. It's not his fault that the opponents couldn't stop him. They had to follow him every single time to try to stop him. So I mean, him getting to the free throw line is not that's not his fault. I mean, did it account for just under half of his total points? Yeah, but still, again, it's not his fault. He didn't say, "Hey guys, foul me." He just played his game, and they couldn't stop him.
Like, let's be honest. If this was Shea, let and it was those exact stats, they'd be praising him to the Lord above.
I agree.
But it's Bam. People didn't expect that out of Bam. And it's just crazy to now, like, we'll see forever. Wilt, Bam, then Kobe. I
I
guarantee
mean,
nobody remembers. Nobody even comes close to remember how many shots Kobe took, how many free throws he took, how many threes he took. All we remember is that he scored 81.
and like I said, I mean, I get it. A lot of people is going to say, "Well, it was the Wizards. The Wizards really aren't that great of a team," which they aren't. But you got to look at it this way: when Kobe scored 81, he did it against a poor Raptors team.
Hmm.
So I mean, you can't fault the player for. I mean, if he has a hot hand, the team is going to ride him. The team saw that nobody they couldn't stop Bam, so they rode him the entire. I mean, I would have done the same thing.
Like, it's still an NBA team with
Exactly.
D, like, he did it against Alex Sarr. Yes, he's in his second year in the league, but he's more of a defensive center, Alex Sarr, and he was destroying him. So again, congrats to Bam. Uh, he worked his ass off to get to where he is. He's really expanded his outside game in the past like 2 3 years. So and that really helped him to be able to make this mark. All right,
All
that
I
is
gotta
all
say
the
is,
NBA's.
in the words of Shaq, Ben was like barbecue chicken, barbecue
Oh yeah,
chicken.
oh yeah. He was licking his chops. Barbecue chicken. All right, now time to get into the fun.
Yeah. So yes, folks, just like Jeff, I'm gonna be constantly looking down because I have the list on my phone. So I'm gonna be looking down, reading off everything. We're gonna discuss them and everything, and we're not going to discuss all 100 free agent signings because that's just going to be insane. Because some of them is not worth discussing. It's just okay. But a lot of the
we
bigger
will,
names that we expected to either stay or leave, we are definitely going to discuss.
yeah, we will talk about a lot of our team signings, no matter how like significant people might think they are. To us, since we follow the team and we like the team, we will express how we feel about certain signings, certain people leaving our teams.
I'm
Tony.
also interested on the trade you guys did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to what
Yeah.
you have to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, the first signing was by the Packers. I'm starting from today, and we're going to end from start today and from what signings from yesterday. So the first one of the day was by the Packers, who signed defensive tackle Javon Hargrave to a 2-year, 23 million, 13 million guaranteed. You got any thoughts on that?
That that's a good signing. Because the Vikings just released him earlier today. Um, along with Jonathan Allen. So that's actually kind of massive for the Vikings on defense to release these very good two defensive linemen. And Hargrave going to the you said Packers,
Packers, yep.
staying in the division and going to a team that has Micah Parsons. Hargrave has only gotten better throughout every year of his career. Um, to me, this is a very good signing for the Packers. It bolsters their defense on the line. I mean, I really like this sign. I really do. I think this was very, very good by the Packers.
Yeah, he brings. I mean, last season he had 18 solo tackles, 52 tackles in total, 3.5 sacks, a forced fumble, and a forced recovery, fumble recovery. So now you pairing him with Michael Parsons once he gets back from injury, with the already talented defense that the Packers of the Packers. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Minnesota was thinking letting him go, but I mean, he stays. He's like you say, he's staying in the division. So I mean, it's just going to be interesting to see how that defense either gets better or hopefully. I mean, if it becomes a shit show for defense, I mean, we got somebody got some explaining to do.
Well, I mean, they did just. I don't want to spoil it, but they just well, not just traded, but yesterday they traded Rashawn Gary, uh, one of their defensive ends slash linebackers, to the Cowboys. So they do lose that on defense. So
Okay, next we got. You got anything else?
no, no, you're good.
Next we got Jacksonville signing running back Chris Rodriguez to a 2-year, $10 million.
That's a good signing. They again, I don't want to spoil it, but we will talk about a bit later. They lost their starting running back, and Rodriguez has shown that he can be in a backup role. Uh, again, not much to say on it. He's a solid running back, and it's what they needed right now after losing their starting one.
Yeah, I really don't have much on that. Um, because Fox somehow whoever put the list together, I think they were smoking crack because they have a picture of Javon Hargrave as Chris Rodriguez. So yeah.
Close enough.
Next on the list, um, my Giants re-signed offensive lineman Evan Niels. I know they've been working with him at the guard position, so maybe that's the spot they're going to find for him. But he definitely was not suitable for the right tackle.
Hey, you guys had a defensive, a decent offensive line last year. Um, with
Hey, Brian.
with everything you guys have added, this free agency already. I think it was very important to keep continuity on the offensive line. If they need to move him somewhere else, fine, but they need to keep that offensive line together to me to be successful this year, especially with I think they're going to be a lot more run heavy with what they've added, um, and with it being John Harbaugh. But we are, I can't fucking, I don't know, either Jim or John, I don't know.
It's John.
It's John, okay. John Harbaugh keeping the offensive line together is very important to be successful to me in the league. So this was a good signing by them. No matter how you feel about Evan Neal, I think that was a good signing by
Like I
them.
said, he was drafted to be the right tackle, and he was getting beat constantly. And they've been working with him as they've been working with him as the guard spot, which he seemed to be excelling at. So I believe either the right guard. I believe they could put him at right guard, which would be better for him than at left guard. Um. So yeah, I mean, having him in the guard spot, I'm okay with. Just not at any of the tackle spots. Next, we got the Bills signing linebacker Bradley Chubb to a 3-year, $43.5 million, maximum of $52.5 million contract.
That that's a good signing for the Bills. Uh, much needed on that defense. Bradley Chubb is a game wrecker. He definitely could be. He has a bit of an injury history, but that shouldn't sway people away from the talent that he is. Um, this is a sneaky good signing. I think we'll be talking about this later on in the year as the Bills make it uh, far. To me, they'll still make it far in the playoffs. So I think we'll be talking about him later on next year because to me that this is a very good signing by them.
I agree. This was a very good signing. I mean, he's going to help solidify a defense that struggled. Um, he's pretty much almost a tackling machine. He had 24 solo tackles, 47 defensive tackles, 8.5 sacks. He forced 2 fumbles and recovered one. So I mean, he he obviously he gets a lot of solo tackles. He gets out in the open field and make a lot of one-on-one tackles, which is going to help the Bills because they was horrible in one-on-one tackling. Next, we already knew about the Cardinals releasing Kyler Murray. This was a shocking release that I did not see coming. The Vikings released safety Harrison Smith.
Yeah, I didn't see this coming either. Along with the releases of Hargrave and Allen, I didn't expect either. Um, I don't know what they're doing to their defense. I don't really know. I think they might be trying to make cap room to sign Kyler Murray. That could be my only thought of like maybe of why they're doing it. Because right now, I don't know why they're releasing all these players on their defense, which was
I
really good
mean,
last year.
the only thing I could think of is they officially hit the rebuild button, which to me like doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. Because again, they still have a good team. Again, if they get Kyler Murray, they're to me, if he's playing at his best, they could still contend in the NFC. But now they're getting rid of their defensive pieces, so I don't really know what they're doing.
Yeah, I have no clue. The New York Jets signed Dylan Parham to a 2-year, $20 million contract. Not anything to really talk about.
No.
Okay, so we're going to the next one. 49ers re-signed tight end Jake Tongues to a 2-year, $8 million contract.
That's a good signing, especially with you know, Kittle and his injury woes the past couple years. Uh, Hodges is a good safety blanket. He proved himself in the games that Kittle was out last year. And I mean, half of that team was out last year. So I mean, it's a good signing for them. Just to keep him in house and just keep building continuity with Barack Purdy.
Next, we got Commanders signing safety Nick Cross, 2 years, $14 million. This is kind of a big signing to me because that's basically reassures their secondary. Now that they pretty much dismantled it. Um, he had 72 solo tackles, 120 defensive tackles, 2.5 sacks, a forced fumble, and an interception.
Yeah, I'm sure Jay somewhere, whenever he does see that, is going to be upset because I know that he likes Nick Cross. Um, so for them to lose him, I think he's definitely very upset about that one. And he did very good last year, and he's been good in the league. Uh, Something that the Commanders need. Like you said he went to Washington, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's something that they need desperately. So, um, again, a good signing by them. Um, and again, there's really not much more to say on that. It's just they've gotten what they needed, and Nick Cross is, I think, he'll fit in that system very well.
Next, we got the Ravens signing safety Jalen Hawkins to 2 years, $10 million. Hawkins had 44 solo tackles, 70 defensive tackles, a sack and a half, forced fumble recovery, and 4 interceptions. So again, he's going to show up as secondary in Baltimore that we've seen struggle every once in a while throughout the season.
Um, Again, I mean, you're gonna hear me say it a lot. I'm gonna sound like a broken record. A good signing. Much needed on there on the defense. I got much to say on. He had a good year last year, so he's getting a good pay increase. So, uh, a good signing by them. Good, much needed.
Okay, the Commanders are up again. They signed tight end Chig Okanoa to th- to 3 years, $30 million.
Okonkwo,
Okay,
you're
whatever.
good. This guy has been solid. Uh, with the Titans, I always seem to hear about him all the time. He had 560 receiving yards last year. Uh, and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, he's a good blocking tight end as well. So they'll be able to run the ball behind him effectively. So, um, again, I'm trying to keep it short and sweet until we get to the bigger names. But again, it's a very solid tight end that they're getting a security blanket for Jane Daniels.
We already mentioned him once already. The Colts signed quarterback Daniel Jones, 2 years, $88 million. maximum of 100 million. I
I
wish
mean,
Jay
they're
was on
paying.
for this one.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot. That's a lot, but in what we saw out of him, I'm okay with this signing because before he hurt his leg, he was playing really good, and then he hurt his leg, and then he did tear his Achilles in the other leg. So, um, again, like looking at those stats, those are really good stats last year. Um,
I will
so,
admit he did play very well. Excuse me.
like that team looked a lot different with and without him.
Yes, they
So,
did.
I'm okay with them signing him to that. I'm fine with that one.
Okay, next. Chiefs re-signed tight end Travis Taylor. I mean Travis Swift. I mean Travis Kelsey to 1 year, 12 million.
Who?
That Travis Kelsey guy.
Oh yeah, him.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Again, I got much to say. This team is not going to be the same. They're losing so many pieces on their defense right now. I mean, they're like it's almost like a half rebuild almost. I understand they did. Again, I'm trying not to spoil anything, but I might as
Don't
well just
spoil
say
it.
it.
Don't spoil it.
No,
We'll
no,
get to
okay,
it.
okay. It's like on offense they're not rebuilding, and but then on defense they are kind of rebuilding because of how many pieces that they're losing. Um, so I don't really know what they're doing, and I mean I think Mahomes is gonna try and come back too quick. I don't know. I'm always very skeptical on the ACL tears and everything. So again, I don't really understand what the Chiefs are doing, but you know what? We get to endure another year of Travis Swift, Taylor Kelsey, whatever the fuck we want to call it. We have to endure a whole nother year of it now.
Which is why you see me rubbing my. Yeah. Next we have the Ravens. This this might get a rant, folks. Ravens signed defensive end Trey Hendrickson. 4 years, 112 million. Where did he go? Hendrickson had
Oh.
11 tackles, 16 defensive tackles, 4 sacks, and a forced fumble.
And that was only in like 7 games because he missed the rest of the season.
Yep. Uh, any thoughts?
I'm pissed. I'm pissed. This one thing I am going to spoil. The Ravens traded for Max Crosby, and fucking yesterday, 10 o'clock, I just get to work. They pull out of the deal. The Ravens pulled out of the deal because of a physical. They didn't like what they saw with Max Crosby. That this guy's hurt. He has a torn meniscus. He was on crutches up until last week, and they didn't like what they saw out of that. So I'm happy. I'm all smiles. I'm like, good. I don't. We don't got to deal with Max Crosby two times a year on the Ravens. Awesome. And I'm watching Get Up as I'm writing my list as I'm getting everything ready. And then like, we got breaking news today. I'm like, what? Like, what could be breaking news? Trey Hendrickson to the fucking Ravens. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I texted Tony immediately. I was like, "Are you
Yes, he
like?"
did.
I was like, "Are you like you? Like you've got to be kidding me!" I was so happy, and now Trey Anderson. At least again, he stays in the division. I guess like we've played him before. So it's not like actually they were trying to get both Max Crosby and Trey Hendrickson, but I guess they really didn't like the physical out of Max Crosby, so they were able to give Hendrickson a bit more, I think, and that's what made him come there. As a Steelers
Yeah.
fan,
That.
it's
Sorry.
shit. Sorry, it's shit. As a Steelers fan, I was hoping if anything he would go somewhere else out of the fucking division, so we don't have to play him 2 times a year. But that hurts. That one, that one, that one sucks. You can go ahead.
Yeah, I knew as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh hell, Jeff is not going to be happy about this whatsoever. Yeah, I really don't have much on. I mean, yeah, I didn't see that coming, but once they pulled out of the Crosby deal, I was thinking, okay, so they pulled out of Crosby something about with the physical. They didn't like what they saw on the physical, and I'm like, okay, no big deal. But then I get a text, ESPN alert about Henderson going to the Ravens. I was like, oh hell. I'm like, Jeff is not going to like this whatsoever. And then 5 minutes later, I get the text from Jeff. So yeah, I knew it.
Very
Um,
unhappy. Not happy at all.
don't worry, I'm unhappy about us. Yeah, we'll get to that when it comes up.
Hmm.
Commander signed linebacker Kevlon Chasen to 1 year, 12 million.
Hey man, he earned it. This guy, he was signed to the Patriots as a special teams guy, and he became a good linebacker. Um, I mean, as you see with his stats there, he had 31 total tackles, 7.5 sacks, two forced fumbles, and a fumble recovered. So he really, really improved very fastly with the Patriots. And the Commanders are actually making moves to bolster their defense and do something that they need to do. I think the GM needs to be drug tested because they're being smart. And that's a bit weird
Yeah, this is not
because
like a typical Commanders off season.
no, because when we scroll down, the next one is another Commanders deal.
Yep. The Commanders signed linebacker Leo Chanel to 3 years, 24.75 million.
Former Kansas City Chief. Um, Again, like, that's what I'm saying. Like the Chiefs are losing so many pieces on defense, but they're gaining pieces on offense. So I don't really know what they're doing. I don't think they know what they're doing right now. So again, Washington just doing smart things. I don't know. I'm a bit shocked.
To me, it looks like the Chiefs are going back to their old formula where they're just going to look to outscore everybody and then put up a defense that's just hang on enough to get a stop or two. Because then the way they're basically building their team right now, that's what it seems like.
Well, I don't think that's gonna work because again, I don't trust ACL recovery. I don't.
I agree. Next we got Lions sign quarterback Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know
That's
why,
cool.
but
But
okay,
we're just gonna move on from that one.
yeah. Um, this is a big signing. Fucking Eagles. Eagles signed cornerback Tariq Woolen to 1 year up to 15 million. He was part of the Seahawks' dominant defense from the Super Bowl.
I'm
He
a
had
bit sorry. You guys, sorry.
he had 33 solo tackles, 41 tackles together, and an interception. So his overall stats really wasn't that impressive, but at the same time, a lot of teams really didn't throw his way either.
That's what I was gonna say. They were too scared to throw towards him, but I'm honestly a bit shocked with how many guys are leaving Seattle.
So am I.
I'm, uh, I I was under the impression, and I really thought that they were just gonna run it back.
We both did.
I was like, this team is gonna reload. They're young. They're gonna just win and win and win. We've been slapped in the face and said, "Fuck you, you're wrong."
Pretty much.
Um, because the amount of people I've typed up that I have to put in former Seattle, former Seattle, former Seattle is really stunning to me right now. To me, they're not my favorite to win the Super Bowl next year.
Mine's
They
neither.
were going to be. That they were going to be if they reloaded and they got everything back. But right now, they are not. Unless they make some splashes in the draft and free agency and stuff. Right now, they're losing a lot of pieces. Again, we didn't even get into the thick of what they've lost.
Yeah,
For the
that's
Eagles, for the Eagles, it's much needed because of who they're losing on defense.
we'll get to that shortly too.
Mm-hmm. Again, I'm trying not to spoil everything, but everything's like falling into place where I kind of need to like tiptoe around
I
it.
know.
Again, for you, it's very tough because I actually like Reek Woolen. I think he's a
So
great
do
story,
I.
a great player. But he's going to the fucking Eagles.
Yeah.
But again, it's much needed for what they lost because they lost on defense as well. So they're making up for it.
All right. Next signing, we got Saints sign linebacker Caden Ellis
Whew.
to a 3 year, 33 million. This is a huge signing for the Saints. He had 59 solo tackles, 107 tackles total, 3.5 sacks, a forced fumble, and an interception. Yeah.
Every year, every year this guy's in the league, I hear more and more about him on the Falcons. On the Falcons, he was absolutely fantastic. Oh, wait, no,
Yeah.
Falcons. Yeah, on the Falcons. Absolutely incredible. He stays in the division. A lot of people going to the Saints in this offseason. I'm a little bit shocked. But
Along with another team that
um,
was shocked about too, that is getting a lot of free agents.
yeah, the Jets. But yeah, I mean, this is again, like you said, a huge signing for them. This is wow. Well, I mean, fuck, I gotta dance around it. They just lost one of their star linebackers to the Jets. The Saints
And
did.
they just
So
reloaded.
yeah, so this is of utmost importance for them to get Caden Ellis. So again, he's improved every year in the league. So and he's gonna fit right in there for sure.
Okay, next we got the Brown sign interior offensive lineman Elton Jenkins to a 2 year, 24 million, 20 million guaranteed.
Yeah, they didn't feel like showing his picture because he's an offensive lineman. Um, he's a former Packers Pro Bowl center, actually. Uh, something they definitely need to protect the Pro Bowl quarterback, Shedeur Sanders. So, um, that'll be an ongoing joke for the whole rest of this podcast because I'm gonna keep calling him a Pro Bowl quarterback because that is the
Yes, you
most
will.
fictional fucking thing ever. But yeah, I mean, it's much needed, obviously, because the offensive line sucks. So that's fine.
Next, the Jets signed cornerback LaShawn Wright, 1 year up to $5.5 million. He had 54 solo tackles, 80 tackles together, two fumbles, three recovered, and five interceptions. So he's
Damn.
basically bringing stability to a Jets defense that was decimated after trading Sauce Gardner, and basically they're just trying to reload.
And to me, this is a bargain. A
I
1 year,
agree.
5.5. I mean, this is a Jets team that shockingly they didn't have an interception all year last year. They had an interception the entire season. That's the first time in NFL history that should happen. And this guy had five last year and
Yep.
80 tackles. So to me, this is a bargain. Only 1 year, 5.5. That, that's a good one. Whew. This next one. Whew.
Patriots signed wide receiver Romeo Dobbs, 4 years, $70 million. Dobbs had 724 yards, 13.2 yards per reception with six touchdowns. This is going to hurt Green Bay's offense majorly.
You go that way with it. I go with holy shit, the Patriots release Diggs and they bring in someone who is so much more of a positive locker room person and personality in Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah.
Oh, like I've heard nothing but good things about Romeo. Uh, always very positive, smiling, happy. He doesn't complain. He is a great locker room guy, and he earned this. He's get each year in the league, we hear more and more and more and more about him. And I'll talk on what you talked about. This gonna absolutely hurt the Packers and Jordan Love. It's gonna hurt them immensely. This is, I mean, I was clapping because the Patriots, what a stunner to sign Romeo Dobbs. This is amazing for the wide receiver room and Drake May. This is amazing for that team.
So, yep, just getting destroyed in the Super Bowl by Seattle, where their receivers couldn't even get open. They couldn't get open to save their life. Not even Diggs. They reload by bringing in Romeo Dobbs, who is notorious for getting free. So now you give Drake Maine a major weapon in the receiving game. Yeah, this is okay. This one's kind of laughable. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah, oh yeah. I was sat here and I got doo 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 on my phone. I'm like, all right, what's this trade? I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
So Jets acquired Geno Smith from the Raiders. So Geno Smith is going back to the Jets along with a 2026 seventh round pick, and the Raiders is receiving a 2026 sixth round pick. Yeah. Okay. You got anything on that? I'm gonna take that as a no.
Dummy. Yeah.
I wish I had a I wish I had a what the fuck button because what in the fucking living blue hell are we doing? What reality am I living in that Geno Smith started with the Jets, played like Dookie Duke dog water with the Jets. Went wherever he went in his career. Did amazing on the Seahawks. Did they trade him or did he just sign with the? Yeah, they traded him
They
to the
traded it.
fucking Las Vegas Raiders to go play with Pete Carroll. He stinks it up there, and the Raiders were actually set to release Geno Smith.
And the Jets dumbass said, "Oh, we'll just trade for him."
Yeah, and they're just like, we'll take him.
Yeah.
Now there's a QB competition with him and Fields. That is really funny. That's hilarious. That's all I got on that.
I'm right there with you. It doesn't make any sense, but whatever. This is a big sign for the Texans. They signed offensive tackle Braden Smith to a 2 years, $25 million. So they're basically rebuilding an offensive line that in the postseason couldn't stop a cold if they wanted to.
No, they couldn't. Again, getting Dave Montgomery uh, is something that they needed to, improve their offensive line because they've lost a few of them to free agency, I think, as well already. So they need to get their offensive line intact, but they have gotten their kicker intact still.
Yep, I was about to say same with the Texans. They extended kicker. Yeah, I'm not. I'll let you pronounce. I'm not even going to try.
Let me say it. Kiami Fairbairn. There you go.
Up to a 2 year, $13 million deal.
Not much to say. He was a very solid kicker for them last year. Uh, one of the better kickers in the league as far as accuracy goes. So much needed. Oh, here's one. Here we go.
My Giants re-signed linebacker Michael McFadden to a 1 year deal. Um, I don't know how I really feel about that because I mean he was hurt majority of the year. I think he only playing in one game because he only had one tackle, one solo tackle, and two tackles all season. So I think they just brought him back just to see if he could. Because of the year before that, he was Bobby Okery's right hand man as a second middle linebacker, and now that Okery is gone, they did fill the spot. We'll discuss that later when it comes up. But yeah, I don't have much more on that. Just we'll just have to see.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. Again, with losing Okereke, that this was needed for them to keep Micah McFadden.
Dolphins signed kicker Zane Gonzalez to a 1 year deal.
Again, I got not much to say on it, other
It's a
than
kicker.
that's fine. Yeah.
Lions
Oh,
fans,
there you go.
if any of you are watching, you're about to lose your mind. The Lions just signed running back Isaiah Pacheco, who was formerly with the Chiefs. So now you still got Knuckles, but now you have a new Sonic. Or was Gibbs considered Sonic and Montgomery was considered Knuckles? But whatever.
Yeah.
So you got a new running back duo in Detroit with Pacheco and Gibbs. Um, yeah, I mean I understand why Kansas City didn't re-sign Pacheco because of who they end up signing on the first day of free agency, which we'll get to that when it comes up. But yeah, I mean Pacheco was hurt majority of last season, so yeah,
It's shocking. I thought it was going to be him and the other guy there in Kansas City, but I guess not. He wants to go to Detroit. I
I mean,
think
well,
that is. I think. Sorry,
can you blame him after who they signed on the first day of free agency?
no. I think he'll fit in really good with Dan Campbell, though. I think he'll fit in with the scheme and the offense that they like to run there
I think
with
so
the
too.
Lions. So I think there's going to be a very well well a good signing for uh the Lions for sure.
Next, Bears sign wide receiver punt returner Khalif Raymond to a 1 year, $5.1 million. That's a big sign from the Bears. They stole him from division rival Detroit. He really wasn't that much of a receiver. He was usually mostly for kick returning in Detroit. But yeah, I mean, this is a big deal because it gives him a receiver as well as a now punt returner, kick returner.
And especially after
Another trade that we'll talk about that happened.
hmm with the Bears.
Yep, right before
So
the
they
free agency started.
so they need to stack up on the wide receivers as they can.
Next, we got Bills extend tight end Dawson Knox to a 3 year extension.
He earned it. He played well. He's been playing well for Allen there and the Bills. So just more um continuity with the Allen.
Next, you can tell this is a Harbaugh signing. My Giants signed cornerback Greg Newsom II, 1 year up to $10 million. So they're basically rebuilding that secondary, which it took until like the middle of the season to get before they even got an interception. And Greg Newsom was one of those corners that a lot of quarterbacks did not dare throw to. So he's going to be, anchoring one side of the defense in the secondary. So yeah, I'm okay with it. I like that signing.
It's a very good signing. And you guys lost. I'll say it's to me. It's not that crazy. Uh, you guys lost Cordell Flott to the Titans. So you know, Newsom is a very good player. Again, he had 52 total tackles and interceptions. So he's a ball hawking defender, and like you said, uh, quarterbacks and schemers try to not throw towards him um, because of how good he really is. So a very good signing by you guys.
Okay, next we have Packers signing, and this is a big sign for the Packers as well. Cornerback Benjamin St. Just, 2 years, $10 million, up to 10.5 maximum. Again, another cornerback that quarterback really didn't throw to. Um, but at the same time, he only had 19 solo tackles and 29 tackles all of last season with one interception.
I mean, he's a very good cornerback, which is what the Packers needed right now. So, again, I got much to say on it. Again, I'm trying to keep it short and sweet for until we get to the bigger ones. But yeah, again, a good signing by them.
Okay, on March 9th, the Patriots signed offensive lineman Elijah Vera Tucker, 3 years, $42 million.
That was much needed because of the fucking slaughterhouse that they gave up against the fucking Seahawks. So
Definitely.
they needed it.
Chiefs signed safety Olahi Gilman, 3 years, $24.75 million. $15 million guaranteed. So they lose a safety and reload with another safety.
Yeah, which is a very good safety too. So, um, again, a good signing by them. Very, very important and key because again, they've been losing a lot of people on defense.
Okay, next we got the Chiefs again. They re-signed wide receiver to Tyquan Thornton to 2 years, $11 million.
Yeah, I mean, he really came on the scene last year with all the injuries they had. At a certain point, he was like their leading receiver. Um, Again, he's a deep bomb threat for Pat Mahomes. Again, he definitely earned this one with how good he played last year. So, again, I'm all right with that signing. Again, he had a good year last year.
Your Steelers signed running back Rico Dowell to 2 years, $12.25 million.
Very, 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 very happy about this one. I was upset when we lost. Again, I'll just say, when we lost Gainwell to the Bucks, that did upset me when I saw that, and then I saw a little bit later that we got Rico Dowdle, the guy who kind of took over the starting spot there in Carolina last year with how good he played. He had 1,076 rushing yards, 6 rushing touchdowns, and 297 receiving yards, and a receiving touchdown. So 7 total touchdowns as quote unquote the backup quarter or running back. He played really well. He'll be the backup to Jalen Warren, a 1-2 punch, which worked well last year with Gainwell. Enrico Dowdle to me reminds me a little bit of Ken Gainwell, in the sense of how he runs the ball. So I am very, very happy with this move by us to get Rico Dowdle. I'm very happy.
Yeah, that was very good. That was a smart signing. Next, we have the Panthers sign linebacker Devin Lloyd, 3 years, $45 million, $25 million guaranteed.
Whew. I mean, the Panthers. I mean, they they took this guy right away from the Jags, took him away. I mean, this guy had an amazing season last year, 74 total tackles, 5 interceptions for a linebacker, five
Yeah,
interceptions.
that's crazy.
And I think he ran one back too, um, for a touchdown. So, I mean, the Panthers, I mean, they're loading up on defense, because they made another splash with another guy that they signed on defense as well. So Panthers are a team to watch out for because their offense looked not too bad last year, and their defense looked good last year too, and they've added to it. So
Yep.
very, very impressive signing.
Next, we got the Cardinals sign guard Isaiah. I'm sorry,
Isaac
Isaac Samalo to 3 years, $31.5 million, $19 million guaranteed.
Isaac Seumalo. I only know how to say his name because he was the guard on the Steelers. So we lose Isaac Seumalo. I really liked Isaac. He actually gave up the least percentage of pressures among guards in the NFL last year. So this is a huge loss to the offensive line that was already kind of shaky, and we might be bringing back Aaron Rodgers. We don't know what's going on with that. So I'm really upset about this losing Isaac. I liked him. Again, he was very solid, and it sucks to lose him. It really does. So I hope that we find something out there because this is a huge hole to fill on the offensive line.
Next, we got the Texans. They signed safety Reed Blankenship to 3 years, $24 million, $16.5 million guaranteed.
Yep, this is the thing I was talking about with the Eagles losing someone in their secondary, so they had to get Reek Woolen. They lose Reed Blankenship from their secondary. Um, he's been playing amazing for them in the past few seasons. And he gets a big pay raise. in a new home there in Houston, who has a good chance with Ryan, with D'Amico Ryans as the head coach. I like his fit there in Houston, so it was a good signing.
Yeah, he's basically joining a dominant defense in the secondary. That was, I mean, they basically didn't give up much. Um, it was hard to beat them deep. They didn't give up big plays, and so he's joining a defense that could have won, took him to the Super Bowl. So, yep. I mean, yeah, that's a big loss for the Eagles, but then Reek Willing basically erased that. Seahawks re-signed Rashid Shaheed to 3 years, 51 million, 37.7 million guaranteed.
They needed this. This was like on the top of their well should have been one of the top five on the priority list, and they I think lost all the other four. Um, getting him back was important because he's a good kick returner as well, not just a receiver. Um, yeah, like I just said, it was a very important re-sign for them to try and at least keep some uh, form of continuity on the offense. Uh, with at least the wide receiver core for them.
Um, Raiders signed linebacker N'Kobe Dean, 3 years, 36 million, 20 million guaranteed.
The Raiders are making a splash in free agency, really.
Well, we
Because
could add
then
a
they also signed another one.
Quay Walker to 3 years, 40 million, 28 million guaranteed. So they basically are rebuilding their defense in anticipation that they was going to lose Max Crosby to the Ravens, and that fell through. So
And I've heard, still have the cap room to keep Max Crosby, actually, if they wanted to. So they just got two possibly Pro Bowl caliber linebackers, and Kobe Dean from the Eagles and Quay Walker from the Packers. Um, if they could get something in the draft, like a good uh, quarterback, this Las Vegas team could could be trouble next year. It really could be.
I agree. Next, we got the Commanders sign edge rusher Odofe Owe, 4 years, 100 million, 68 million guaranteed.
Okay, and I said earlier, the freaking Commanders are making moves on defense. I'm actually really stunned. Odafe Owe, he was a standout for the Ravens, and then he went to the Chargers, and he was even better last year with 7.5 sacks. Uh, so he gets a much well earned pay raise on a 4 year, $100 million, 68 mil guaranteed deal. Um, this is a huge signing for them. Really, it is. Their defense is going to be one to be messing with next year. It won't be as easy of a defense to do anything against that it was this past year.
Next, we got the Bengals sign edge rusher Boye Mafe, 3 years, 60 million.
This is one of the former Seattle Seahawks I was talking about that they lose on defense.
Yep.
Um, his stats might not look impressive, but they ran away from him. They schemed away from, or they had to double team him on the blocks as well. So his stats might not look that impressive, but he was a game wrecker in many ways.
These fucking Cowboys. Cowboys signed Jalen Thompson, 3 years, 36 million. So they're basically bolstering their defense, which I mean they need to, because that defense was atrocious. I don't even think that defense could have stopped the high school offense.
No, that defense was absolutely just a joke. Um, Jalen Thompson's a very good safety at Arizona. Um, I believe he played in Arizona. I
Yeah,
believe, yeah. So, uh, again, you just said their defense sucked. Let's be honest, their defense sucked last year. Again, and for a safety, he had 95 tackles, which is really impressive. Really, it is. And a forced fumble and a sack. So again, it's something that they were much needed on, and that they get. Yeah, again, I got much more to say on that. I got a lot to say about this upcoming one.
yeah. Yo, this is going to hurt your boy Baker Mayfield. 49ers signed wide receiver Mike Evans, 3 years, $60.4 million.
I was hurt for my guy Baker Mayfield when I saw this. I was hurt. I mean, this is a guy I didn't think would leave Tampa Bay at all.
Neither
I thought
one of
he,
us did.
I thought he would be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer for his life. No, he's going to a different bay. He's going to San Francisco. Um, this is gonna, to me, absolutely tarnish the Bucks
I'll be right back,
because
buddy.
Godwin.
Just keep
Okay,
going.
yep. Because Godwin cannot stay healthy. We've seen that the past couple seasons. Um, Yabuka, he was good for them um last year, but in the absence of Mike Evans as well, Mike Evans his numbers were down last year just because he didn't play a lot of the games. He had a bunch of injuries happen last year. So Mike Evans going to San Francisco, one, yes, it obviously hurts Baker, but two, it it gives a great target to Brock Purdy in that offense. With the looming, they're gonna try and trade Baran Ayuk because they've pretty much said he will not play another game for for the Niners. So Mike Evans really goes in and is that kind of number one target already, along with George Kittle. It's funny they put the guy who got injured many times last year in the most injury prone team uh, for this year. So or for last year. So it's very interesting. And again, I did not expect him to be leaving Tampa Bay, but man, this is the NFL, and crazy things happen, and sometimes some sad things happen. But what a NFL career for Mike Evans there in Tampa Bay. The the Commanders end up re-signing quarterback Marcus Mariota to 1 year, $7 million deal. He played well in the games that he had to play last year for the injured Jane Daniels. And then um, Bengals signed um, former Chiefs safety Brian Cook. Again, another Chief on here, another former Chief, a safety. So that's why they had to get what safety did I say? Or did we say that they got? They got Aloy Gilman. So that was why they needed to get Aloy Gilman because they lost Brian Cook. Brian Cook was a very good safety for them. He had 82 total tackles last year. So Cook going to the Bengals, who the Bengals defense was very, very bad last year as well. So it helps them out in a tremendous way there. to be able to at least start to build on their defense. Um, Welcome back, Tony.
Sorry about that. Somebody knocked on my door real quick.
You're good. I was talking about Mike Evans. You could talk about Mike Evans if you want.
Oh, no, let's keep going. What are we
Okay.
up to?
I was on Bengals signing Brian Cook from the Chiefs. Like you've been saying, the Chiefs lose another uh, key piece on their defense, then the Bengals gain a much needed piece on their defense.
Yeah, the Bengals, because that Bengals defense was, I mean, the only defense that worse than them was the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to hurt the Chiefs big time defensively. Um, but like we said, we have no clue what the Chiefs are doing. So it looks like they're just reloading on offense and just going to figure out what they're going to do on defense. Okay, next the Titans signed quarterback Alante Taylor, 3 years, $60 million. The Titans are making some moves.
Mm-hmm. Like we talked uh, before going live. If you're going to the Titans, again, I don't really understand why. Because the offense, I mean, they did. I'm not gonna say it.
That's coming up shortly.
I
There's
almost did.
going to be a rant about that.
Mm, um, but their defense is just getting better and better and better. With everybody that they've signed, Alante Taylor, one of the best cornerbacks to me in the league is Alante Taylor. A great he had many great seasons on the Saints, especially last year. He had 83 total tackles and 2 interceptions along with 2 sacks. So Alante Taylor, to me, this has kind of not been talked about too much, but I think this is kind of a huge signing for the Titans there.
Well, it looks like they're definitely building their secondary. That's for sure. Because we're going to be talking about that another Titan signing right after this Bronco re-sign. Bronco re-sign running back J.K. Dobbins. There's no information on what he agreed to, but Dobbins, I mean, did very well. He had 772 yards rushing. He averaged 5 yards an attempt, 4 rushing touchdowns. He wasn't much of a receiving back. He only had 37 yards receiving and 3.4 yards average.
I have the details on what he signed. He signed a 2-year, $20 million, $8 million fully guaranteed deal for J.K.
Okay.
Dobbins. He got injured towards the end of last year, which also hurt their chances to win in the playoffs, along with the Bo Nix injury. So this was key for them to re-sign him because if you lost him, that would be a huge hit to their offense. So Dobbins was definitely a very much needed signed because him and RJ Harvey was a very good 1-2 combo there for them, uh, as we saw last year. So a very good, very important signing for the Broncos.
These next two signs I'm going to combine together because they're both by the Titans and they're both on defense. The Titans signed cornerback Cordell Flott, 3 years, $45 million, $32 million guaranteed, and defensive lineman John Franklin Myers to 3 years, 3 years, $63 million, $42 million guaranteed. Like we said before, the like we was discussing, before we went live, we're trying to figure out why everybody all of a sudden is going to Tennessee.
Yeah. Um, the money again, like you said before we went live. Um, to me, would that be worth going to Tennessee? Maybe. I would definitely want to win a championship. I mean, you look at Flott's contract, 45 million for 3 years, but 32 million of it is guaranteed.
Yep.
So like I see why. And John freaking Myers was 3 years, $63 million,
His
and
was 42
42
30.
million of it is guaranteed. So the money's good. And again, their defense is really loaded up right now. It's the offense that really needs help. And maybe with Cam Ward in the second year in the league, he'll be more familiar. Like some quarterbacks, we're so quick to judge them and label them. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to get a feel for the NFL a whole season.
This
And
is
now
true.
that he has that, and he'll be in the second year, he'll be more comfortable in an NFL pocket. We'll see what the offense looks like with what they've added, a little bit on offense, and now what they've added a lot on defense. Titans sneaky good free agency they had. Sneaky good.
Next, we got the Browns signed guard Zion Johnson, 3 years, 49.5 million, 32.4 million guaranteed. There's a lot of guaranteed money being spent this year. I
It
noticed.
it is, and it's making me upset because I would love if I signed a contract at my job and I got guaranteed money. That don't happen everywhere. Um, Browns need it because again, like I said earlier, their offensive line is okay. I mean, they really got to. Uh, I'm not even gonna say it again, but um, they it again, it's a guard. They really need it. It's the Browns, so yeah, it was it was a much needed signing for them.
Um, this is a big signing by the Bears after what they just lost. Bears signed linebacker Devin Bush, 3 years, 30 million, 21 million guaranteed. And Devin Bush wasn't too bad. He had 62 solo tackles, 124 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, and 3 interceptions.
Yeah, this is a huge signing, huge for the Bears. They just lost Edmonds, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Fuck a lot of the a lot of foreshadowing. Um, I feel like Devin Bush has been on a lot of teams in the past couple of years. He can never really find a home. I think he'll find a home here with the Bears. He will fit that system really well. He's there for 3 years unless they trade him. Obviously, I don't see that happening because Bears to me are going to be good for a while. Uh, to to come with just how they played last year, and again, they're keeping a lot of the same faces around other than one person. Um, Devin Bush, a very good signing, a very important signing for them.
Yeah, I mean, the Bears defense was, I want to say, above average.
It was
Um,
okay. They gave up a lot of yards.
yeah,
That was the problem. They gave a lot of yards.
and with Bush, I should help cut that down some. The next signing was by the Giants, who basically the Giants signed Tremaine Edmonds to 3 years, 36 million, which is why the Bears went after Devin Bush. Evans had 61 tackles, 112 defensive tackles combined, 1 sack, a fumble recovery, and 4 interceptions. So he basically fills the void that Bobby Okere after they released him, and he's going to be added to that vaunted front seven of the Giants. That you know, if they all could get on the same page, that front seven's going to be. I mean, that's going to be hell because you still got sexy Dexter Lawrence. You got Kayvon Thibodeau.
I guess Dan's that he does when he gets a sack.
I know, I love that dance. You got Duke Carter. Now you got Tremaine.
Brian Burns.
And I was about to mention Spider Man, the Spider,
Woo.
Brian Burns. So yeah, that's a lethal front seven.
It is, and we didn't even talk about your guys' other additions. But now we got to talk about one of your guys' subtractions.
Just one hurt to the heart.
I was really hoping that you guys kept him. I was really hoping you guys kept him.
Titans signers are wide receiver Wandell Robinson, 4 years, 70 million. Like I said, this one hurt to the heart. Rondell basically had his best career as a Giant. He had 1,014 yards. He was averaging 11 yards per reception, 4 touchdowns. He had 5 rushing yards, which would basically equated to 1.7 yards a carry. He was basically Jackson Dart's lifeline after Neighbors went down. Once Neighbors went down and then we lost Scatterbull, Robinson was basically, along with Theo Johnson, like I said, they was those two was Jackson Dart's lifeline. I mean, they made every single possible play that Dart needed. They made it, and to lose Robinson, that's a big hole that they're going to have to fill.
Yeah, I was really hoping that you guys kept him because I think I mentioned it on the podcast last week that if you guys were somehow able to keep, like you guys had neighbors, Scatabo, if you guys kept Robinson and you guys drafted a wide receiver with your top pick, that would have been great. It's just we didn't know if you guys were going to go for a lineman, maybe someone on defense, but now you guys solidified your linebacker spot and your lineman you re-signed, and you got more linemen actually in the free agency.
Yep.
So now it's almost pinpoint you guys are going to go after another young wide receiver. So it'll be almost okay to lose Wandale because you get the wide receiver at whatever spot you guys are picking. But if you guys were able to keep him, whew,
Yeah, but the
that'd been
thing
great.
is, Rondell excelled as the slot receiver. So I mean, even if we would have kept him, we still would have needed a number two, which is what we should be going after in the draft. So you get Neighbors at number one, you get your number two, and you got Rondell in the slot. Yeah, that makes that offense a lot hard to deal with, especially when Scatterbull comes back. Then you got the two-headed monster of Scatterbull and Tracy, and with Dart's escapability, that makes that offense a little bit more entertaining. You know, we've seen how excited Giant fans were when Dart was in the game compared to when Russell Wilson was in the game. Even with Jameis Winston went in the game, the offense was still lively. So I mean, yeah, having those guys losing Robinson is going to be a big deal. Hopefully, they find somebody that they can replace him with. Whether it be continue with the free agency or in the draft.
You guys have the fifth pick, so you guys should get a wide receiver at that pick.
Yep.
And this one stunned me. This next one stunned me.
Me, you and me both. Saints sign running back Travis Etienne, 4 years, 52 million. The Jags just lost one of their biggest weapons on offense.
Yep. Um, that's what I was mentioning earlier that the Jags lost their starting running back, so they had to sign a backup running back in Chris Rodriguez. But these are huge shoes to fill.
Yeah, because
Huge.
Etienne accounted for 13 offensive touchdowns, 7 rushing, and 6 receiving.
Yeah. And about 1,300 total yards. Almost 1,400
Yep.
total yards. It's a bit sad because Trevor Lawrence was teammates with him from 2018, all the way from college to now. So they've grown up a lot together, and Lawrence had his best season last year, surprisingly. Um, and a Jags team that really did a good job, like that excelled last year. That came out of nowhere and won a lot of games. I'm really stunned that ETN would go to a team like the Saints. Now that leaves the question of what are they going to do with Alvin Kamara, um, which is going to be interesting in that fallout with this signing. So, um, I mean, stunned is my really only word of like this news of ETN going to the Saints. It's to me really, really shocking.
Next up, we have Raiders signing center Tyler Limbaugh, 3 years, 81 million, 60 million guaranteed. I was hoping that he would have signed with the Giants and he would have followed Harbaugh to New York, but he chose the Raiders, which I don't. I mean, I understand why because of the money, but yeah, that's going to be a painful process out there in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Again, I've been saying it the entire episode. I don't know why we're going to these bad teams. I understand the 60 million guaranteed, but to deal with the Raiders organization, I don't know about that one. I don't know. I was hoping that he went somewhere else. A lot of talks were that he was going to go to the Giants, but I guess that the money really intrigued him to go to Las Vegas.
Well, considering didn't really have that much cap room, I mean, I can understand why he went to the Raiders because they could offer him more money. But yeah, that one, yeah. Next, we got the Cardinals signing running back Tyler Algier, 2 years, 12.25 million. Um, I guess that's okay. I mean, to me, I look at him. He's more like a mediocre running back. He's really not that great. Um, they pretty much got a bargain for him for 2 years. I mean,
Well, I mean, he's a backup. He was a backup to Bijan Robinson. He was a good, again, a relief for when Robinson needed a break. Now in a backfield that has James Conner, um, he'll be a good backup there for the Falcons. Who he's or for the
Cardinals.
Cardinals. Sorry. So again, he's I mean that it's a good safe signing. Again, he's a very good backup, and again with James Conner's kind of history of being injured, I think Algier will get a good workload there with the Cardinals, and I think he'll be again. He's a solid backup running back. That's what he is.
This is what I've been waiting for. Steelers get wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr. Pittsburgh and Indianapolis swap late round picks in a trade. Pittman will also receive a 3 year, 59 million extension. You got your number two.
I'm happy. I'm very happy. Um, I know, Jay. Again, I wish that he was at least in the comments on this episode.
Yeah, we should have invited him. We should have invited him on.
mm, um, again, he's at his new job. He's been there for a few weeks now. So,
Oh, okay.
and I did just see him. I did just see him. I think Monday. He said that it was going good, so that's good. Um, but I know that he was kind of wanting to get rid of Pittman for the past at least couple seasons, maybe even just last year. Um, he didn't play bad last year. He had 784 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. So I mean, that's a solid turnout. And the Colts kept Alec Pierce.
And you
Um,
got what you also got to think If Daniel Jones wouldn't have gotten hurt, he might have hit 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he would have had a better season last year. Again, I'm pretty happy because we didn't really give up anything.
No, you just swap picks, late round
Exactly.
picks at that.
We just swapped picks and we gave him an extension. I'm very happy with this. Offense is looking good. I like it. Again, with the addition of Rico Dowdle. Again, I don't like being on the question mark of who we're gonna have at quarterback. I would love if we went after Kyler Murray. I would really love that. I would be happy with that one, but all signs are pointing towards him going with the Vikings. So we're gonna have to figure something out. If Rodgers doesn't want to come back, there's Kirk Cousins out there, which I wouldn't mind having Kirk Cousins. I think he'd be very solid in this offense and this system that we have.
Be, behind that offensive line, remember the offensive line wasn't that great.
Yeah, yeah, and we just
And,
lost Shalalu. I know.
and he's more of a stationary quarterback than Aaron Rodgers was. At least Rodgers could somewhat get out of the pocket.
Yeah, I mean, ever since Kirk, I think tore his Achilles or whatever, he wasn't very mobile last couple years. But again, we won't be signed to a big contract because he's still tied to the Falcons' deal, where he'll only be a minimum contract. So it'll be to me a low risk, high reward if it goes well.
True.
We also have Mason Rudolph still there. We also have Will Howard. So could we see what we can get out of Will Howard? Maybe. Mason Rudolph, we know what he's about. We know he's a to me he's not a great starting quarterback, but he's a good backup quarterback if you need somebody to, relieve somebody who's injured. So a lot of question mark in the Steelers organization about what we're going to do at the QB spot, but we're bolstering around whoever will be our starting uh, quarterback on week one.
All right, next. This was a surprise, shocking sign. I did not expect this. Last week I said it would be nice if it happened, and it did happen. Giants signed tight end Isaiah Likely, 3 years, 40 million, worth up to 47.5 million. Um, I love this signing. Isaiah Likely, who was on Baltimore, followed Jim Harbaugh. Um, Now you're giving Jason Dart two security blankets in Theo Johnson and Isaiah Likely. So I mean, Likely is also a young tight end, so the team is still staying young. And yeah, I just love this signing. Like I said, now you give Dart two security blankets after losing one, so you basically replace Wan'Dale Robinson as a security blanket with Isaiah Likely. And then once neighbors come back fully healthy, Scatterwood come back fully healthy, our offense is starting to look pretty dangerous as long as we can find a number two.
Which I mean, you guys will. Uh, to throw a pun in, getting Isaiah Likely was very unlikely, but I mean, you guys did, and I was like, wow. I mean, Theo John, I mean, you just said it. And like this, your guys' offense is really looking stellar. It is on paper a really good offense right now, and in the draft, it didn't even happen yet. Um, and your guys' defense is the same way. So the NFC East needs to fucking watch out for you guys because you know what you guys are making noise to uh to be a contender.
Next, we have the Bears sign safety Kobe Bryant, 3 years, 40 million. That's a big signing for the Bears.
Yeah, huge signing again. Another former Seattle Seahawk. which I didn't expect to have on the list. I expected him to stay with the Seahawks. So I was wrong. He had 4 interceptions because they kept throwing it towards kind of him uh, instead of week one. So, and 64 total tackles. Bears, I mean, whew, the Bears are both up on their secondary, which they need to because again, it was kind of subpar uh, in the secondary at points in time. So a good signing by the Bears.
Lions signed center Kate Mays. That's a nice signing for the Lions after losing their starting center, Glasgow.
Mhm.
So yeah, he was a starting center for I believe the Panthers. So yeah, he's just going to the. Oh, that division's starting to look tough now.
Yeah, a lot of moves, and that there's a lot more to be happening, which is the mind-boggling part. Is that there's a lot of move to still be happening. A lot of these teams that are like the bottom of the league are really bolstering up to be. And to me, I think it's going to be more of a competitive league next year.
Rams signed cornerback Jalen Watson, 3 years, 51 million. Another Kansas City defensive player gone.
Yep, and to the Rams, he's back with Trent McDuffie. Uh, the Rams secondary was kind of their weakness last year. That was a big part. Like they were getting beat in the secondary a lot. And sure enough, there you go. You get two of the top ones, and it's from the Chiefs. So huge signing, a good signing. Rams to me already nearing my favorites to win the Super Bowl next year.
And this is a kind of a decent signing for the Patriots. They signed defensive tackle Draymond Jones, 3 years, 39.5 million.
That was a good one. He had a very good year with the Ravens last year. As you see, he had 43 tackles and 7 sacks. Um, a very good signing. Uh, I think he'll fit in really good with Mike Vrabel. Uh, in that defense, what they have going on there. So again, smart and good signing.
Next, we have the Dolphins, and I think we both predicted this one. Signing quarterback Malik Willis, 3 years, 67 million. He's basically replacing Tua Tungaloa, which is, I mean, to me, I think that's a better deal for the Dolphins. Malik Willis is more versatile and can escape the pockets more, and he is more, adept to protecting himself as compared to Tua, who for some still dumb reason like to slide head first.
I absolutely love this signing by the Dolphins. Um, I think they've held on to Tua for a little bit too long. Now they're eating his fucking contract
Contract.
to fucking like we'll talk about in a bit. But Willis, solid, solid, solid. He played really good last year in the few games that he was in for Jordan Love. So again, very, very good signing, and I'm actually really excited to see him there with the Dolphins and that offense.
Same here. This one. Chiefs signed running back Kenneth Walker III to a 3 years, $45 million contract. Just when we both thought Walker was going to stay with Seattle, which would have made more sense, he ups and signs with the Chiefs, and yeah, I don't know.
I was. I like Kenneth Walker. I do. This makes me like him a little bit less because it's gonna make the Chiefs good. And then I have to hear more about the people with that we shall not mention.
Yeah, I know.
Again, I really thought that he was just gonna stay with the Seahawks, run it back, but I guess the money came calling, and he couldn't resist.
Colts re-signed wide receiver Alex Pierce to a 4-year, $116 million contract. That
I
is a
know.
huge signing for the Colts, and I know Jay's happy.
So yeah, Jay was very very happy when I saw him. He was like, "We got him. We signed Alec Pierce." Um, Actually, this is a historic deal. It's 4 years, 114 million. It contains 84 million in guarantees, 60 million in fully guaranteed with us like at signing. $116 max package, and the deal makes him the highest paid free agent wide receiver in NFL history, which he earned it these past couple seasons on the Colts. He absolutely balled out. Daniel Jones loves him, and he even said that he wants to stay and play with Daniel Jones, which is why they signed him and kept Daniel Jones as well. So huge, important, probably on their top key priority list for them to keep him, and they did uh, at a big price, but it'll be well worth it in the end.
Well, especially after considering that debacle of a trade during the mid-season with the Just for Sauce Gardner, where that basically left them with no room to do anything. So to get Pierce back, that was a huge signing. Next, fucking Cowboys again. Cowboys trade for Packer edge rusher Rashawn Gary. The Green Bay receives a fourth round pick in next year's draft.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a good signing because again, Packers defense is really
That was
not
more of a
good.
trade. It wasn't a signing.
Oh yeah, you know what I meant. It was a good trade by them. They didn't give up anything too crazy. I think that they're getting to me a Pro Bowl caliber player for a first round pick in the next year's draft. So again, I think this is going to be a well worth sign or trade for them. And um, again, it pissed me off that it's the Cowboys. That's it.
Okay, this next trade, the Jets trade for Dolphin safety Minka Fitzpatrick. Miami receives a seventh round pick in this year's draft. Um, it's almost like the Dolphins just basically gave him away because Minka's worth more than a seventh round pick.
Yeah. Um, I actually heard a lot of rumors that he was going to go to back to the Steelers. And I was like, ooh, that sounds fun and interesting. But no, and then I get doo 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 doo.
Well, the Steelers never should have traded him in the first place.
No, but we got Jalen Ramsey out of it, which
Okay, I
I'm
mean,
actually, which I like. Um, but again, I'm. It's again, I think they just wanted to get rid of his contract, really. Um, that was probably it. They're just unloading contracts because they're stuck paying Tua's contract now.
which
Um,
we're coming up in a couple minutes.
so again, he's worth more than that, and the thing is, they kept him in the same division, which I thought was stupid. Uh,
Very.
yeah.
But you also got to look at it this way: he's going to the Jets.
hmm
The Jets will always be the Jets. Sorry, Jet
Yeah,
fans.
but again, if I'm gonna trade a caliber player like that, I'm gonna trade him to a different team other
Out
than
of the
the.
division. I get what you're saying. Next, we have the Texans re-signing defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins to a 2-year, $12 million guaranteed. There's that guaranteed money again.
Mm, he earned it because he played really good last year. He was a force on the interior, so they keep signing and they keep one of their top linemen there in Houston.
Next, the Jaguars finally did something smart. They re-signed cornerback Monteric Brown to 3 years, $33 million.
Yeah, they finally kept somebody. That's been their only move all off season. That's all I got for them.
Yeah, so we have things for them.
Yeah, they've been losing a lot of people. They have that they at least keep somebody in the secondary because my God, that there was a lot of people. I've been talking about the Chiefs losing a lot of people. They've been losing a lot.
And what we've been talking about for a while, Dolphins released quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. Even with a post-June 1st release designation, Miami will take on a record $99 million in dead money. That's basically like 80% of your cap.
Yeah. Again, that's why I
Okay,
said they should have
more
got.
like 60%, but still.
Yeah, they should have gotten rid of him sooner. Um, the thing is, they still owe him $54 million. So any team that does sign him, or it would be the Falcons who signed him. It's a minimum. It's a minimum deal because the Dolphins are paying the $54 million in his contract. If people don't understand the post June 1st thing, they're allowed to cut him, but they still owe him, I think, part of the contract with or the spread hit over the past couple of next seasons, which this year they're going to be paying 67 million, and the rest of the 100 million they're going to pay next year.
Yep.
So this is record breaking dead cat money that they're going to be doing. Um, yeah, it's for a guy that, no offense, I wouldn't have signed to that big of a contract anyway, but they're not the smartest over there in Miami. So he gets a new starting home with the Falcons in a decent offense. So uh, yeah, he's got to. But again, I'm gonna keep saying it. People aren't gonna like me keep saying it, but he's got to protect himself. I don't want to
Yes.
see it on the field no more. I can't see him like that on the field no more.
Next, we have Packers re-sign offensive lineman Sean Ryan to 3 years, $33 million. Anything on that?
And I got much. It's just, again, linemen are much needed to, it's a big part of the game. So that's a good signing by them.
This is huge for the Chargers. They re-signed edge rusher Khalil Mack to 1 year, $18 million, fully guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. Earned it. Uh, deserves it. And the Chargers, like you said, that was huge for them to get him.
Ravens re-signed backup quarterback Tyler Huntley to 2 years, $11 million. To me personally, I think he deserves it. He stepped in well
Oh yeah.
when Lamar was injured. So I mean, it would be nice to see him on his own team. I don't know if he could ever be a starter, but
No, but again, like I said, he stepped up huge last year with Lamar out. So he earned that contract for sure.
okay. 49ers re-signed kicker Eddie Pinero So 4 years, 17 million, 10 million guaranteed.
Again, it's kicker, but again, he was very solid for them last year. So it's always good to lock down a very good kicker in the NFL because as we see, it makes or breaks games and seasons. So they've become more and more important over the years.
I'm pretty sure Jay's not going to be happy about this one. Packers and Colts. Packers receive linebacker Zaire Franklin, and Colts receive defensive tackle Kobe Wooden.
Yeah, this happened. I didn't get to talk to him about this one, but I'm sure he's not the happiest about this because I know he really liked Zaire Franklin. He's one of the leaders on the defense, and to just trade him to simply player for player kind of shocks me for especially what he's been for the Colts over the years. Uh,
And they basically traded him for a player that put up half the numbers.
hmm Like
Because
I don't understand it. I
I
don't.
don't either. Because if you look at the Zaire numbers, he has 62 solo tackles, 125 defensive tackles, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble. You compare it to Wooden, who only had 26 solo tackles and 50 defensive tackles. No sacks, no fumbles, nothing else.
No, and I think Zaire Franklin was the leader in tackles in the whole NFL in 2024. So I don't really understand this trade, and it really again it I just said earlier it improves this NFC North and the Packers defense immensely. This is
Yeah,
a huge addition.
it's puzzling. Okay. Next, we have the Eagles extend defensive tackle Jordan Davis, 3 years, 78 million, 65 million guaranteed. That's almost a whole damn contract guaranteed.
Yeah, well earned though. I mean, he's done really well in the NFL over the past many years. But he's been stalwart on that Eagles defense. And they just uh ensure their offensive line or offensive they ensure their defensive line there with keeping Jordan Davis to the much earned contract.
Okay. Next, we have the Bills resign center Connor McGovern, 4 years, 52 million, 32 million guaranteed.
I don't got much to say on that. It was much earned, uh, and it's something that the Bills needed to keep him to protect Josh Allen.
I'm skipping this next one because this trade was revoked by the Ravens. Involving Max Crosby. Originally, the Baltimore sends Las Vegas two first round picks for 2026 and 2027 for Max Crosby, but they pulled out of it due to medical concerns. Bears trade for Patriots center Garrett Bradbury. New England receives a 2027 first fifth round pick from Chicago.
This was a key trade because last week I said that the Bears starting center retired. Um,
Yep.
so this was much needed, and it's shocking that the Patriots is willing to give this starting center up for a fifth round pick.
Texans release running back Joe Mixon. Houston saves 8 million in cap space.
Again, and they just traded for Dave Montgomery, so that move makes sense.
Lions release offensive tackle Taylor Decker. Lions save 11.6 million in cap space.
Again, it's just a lot of cap dumping for them because of, but it's now a big hole on their offensive line.
I agree. This next one never actually really happened, but the
No, because
Raiders
you got
was going
traded.
the Raiders was going to release Geno Smith to save 8 million, but they end up trading him. Rams re-signed safety Cam Curl to a 3-year, $36 million contract.
Again, I've talked about the Rams and their secondary, how they added, but now they're keeping one of their better ones. 122 defensive tackles for a safety is really impressive,
Yep,
along with 2 interceptions. So,
and 2 sacks.
yeah. So Rams defense is something good now.
Texans extend edge rusher Daniel Hunter 1 year, $40.1 million.
That's in fucking 1 year for 40 million, but
Yeah, that's
he
that's
earned it.
insane.
He absolutely earned it. 15 sacks last year. That's fine with me. Freaking 15 sacks. Holy shit. He earned that one. He's again one of the best edge rushers in the NFL. So he earned that for sure.
Ramsey resigned tight end Tyler Higbee, 2 years, $8 million.
It's fine. He's a solid backup tight end. Now to Kobe Parkinson. So I just see a very okay year. Again, 281 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. So again, they're just reassuring and just keeping the same guys in locker room.
Bills trade for Bears wide receiver DJ Moore. Chicago receives 2026 second round pick. Buffalo receives Moore and 2026 fifth round pick.
Yeah, I mean this. When I got this notification, I was shocked because I thought that the Bears were just going to run it back and try and keep Caleb Williams with the same people. Uh,
Well, I think the reason why they got rid of Moore was because there was rumors about Moore not being happy there. I mean, because if you look at his numbers, I mean, he wasn't injured at all during the season. I don't believe, and he didn't even crack 700 yards as the number one.
no, because I mean Roma Dunze really
Came out of nowhere.
he became his favorite target
So now Josh Allen actually gets a
for
number
number one.
one that he could, hopefully do some damage with. But knowing Buffalo, it's going to be probably about the same story.
Yeah, I mean he gets number one that he could dance with, along with all those tight ends who really stepped up in a big way last year.
Rams trade for Chiefs cornerback Trent McDuffie. Rams receive a 2026 first round pick, number 29, a fifth round pick, and a sixth round pick, plus a 2027 third rounder for McDuffie.
I think we might have talked about this last week. I don't remember when this happened.
That happened March 4th. So, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. That was one of the last things we did talk about.
Yeah, because all these trades that coming up, yeah, we've already discussed.
Hmm. Yes, we did talk about that. There was a few things happening as we were talking. I'm just gonna kind of look through, see if there's anything else that we didn't talk about. Again, we'll go to the Steelers real quick. We re-signed Asante Samuel to a 1 year, $4 million contract. I'm happy with that one. And we actually also signed former Tampa Bay Bucks cornerback Jamal Dean to a 3 year, $37.75 million deal. We are bolstering our secondary, and I love it. And we actually also signed former Jacksonville Jaguars safety Darnell Savage as well. So we are really bolstering our secondary. I'm very happy with that one. And we re-signed defensive tackle Cam Hayward to a 2 year, $32.25 million deal, $16.25 million guaranteed extension. I was hoping that we kept him. I did not want to see him leave. Uh, he's getting older, but he's staying at a good pace and um, consistency for our defense. And you guys, is there any that we did not talk about? There
I don't think
was.
so.
You guys got Patrick Ricard.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. I saw that earlier.
That's to me a very, very good move by you guys. Especially again, you guys have a 3-headed monster there at the running back spot. You guys should be running the ball a lot. Should be.
Well, that's Harbaugh's mo is the running game. So you know we haven't had a fullback in God knows how long, and he goes and signs one, so make him the highest paid fullback in the league. So yeah, you can tell that he's basically building a run first offense like he had in Baltimore. Um, and when Scatterboo gets healthy, yeah, that he's gonna it's gonna be that Giants offense is gonna be a handful.
Yeah. A little bit more on the Trey Hendrickson trade. If you haven't seen it, or trade, not trade, but signing. It's a 4-year, $112 million, $60 million guaranteed, $20 million signing bonus, $120 million max deal. And for 8, 10, 12, and 14 sacks, he earns $500,000 for each threshold he meets. So, yeah, I forgot to mention that one earlier.
Nice incentives.
Mhm. One that we didn't talk about: Cleveland signs former Jets linebacker Quincy Williams to a 2-year, $13 million, $9 million get guaranteed deal. To me, I think that's a good signing by them. Williams is one of the better linebackers in the league. One that didn't come up is that the Saints actually signed former Jets linebacker Demario Davis. Um,
Oh,
that was stunning to me when I saw that one pop up. Wait, no, the the Jets signed the give me. Oh yeah, the Jets signed former Saints.
Demario Davis.
Yeah, there you go. I just swapped the two. Um, so yeah, that's why the Saints went and got Caden Ellis. That's why they went and got him because they lost to Demaro Davis. It was a 2-year, $22 million deal. While we were live, Kevin Byard signed with the Patriots for a 1-year, $9 million. And San Francisco actually traded with the Cowboys for star defensive tackle Osa Odigizua for the number 92 pick in this year's draft.
Okay,
So that was actually a decent deal by them. Um, Again, I'm just trying to scroll through, see if there was anything that didn't come up from Fox Sports. ESPN, that's probably nothing crazy. Nope, just the Yankees game.
I know there was something from
Um,
Fox Sport I got an alert on. When I clicked on it, it just disappeared. So I don't know if they retracted it. I'm trying to find it.
yeah, looking through. Noah Fant signed with the Saints. The Saints signed former Bills guard David Edwards. Tampa Bay actually made a few signings. Well, Kenneth Gainwell to a 2-year, $14 million deal. They retired their tight end Kate Allen. And while we were live, the Tampa Bay signed former Panthers defensive lineman Ashawn Robinson to a 1-year, $10 million deal. And I know Dan Campbell is upset about this one. They signed Detroit linebacker Alex Anzalone to a 2-year, $17 million deal.
Mm.
Uh, he's he's linebacker that flew all over the field for Dan Campbell there uh, in Detroit. So that was a very good signing by them. Right. Oh yeah, I'm shocked it didn't come up on the list, but Carolina signed former Miami and Eagles edge Jalen Phillips to a 4-year, $102 million deal.
Yeah, that wasn't on the list.
Yeah, like they had the Devin Lloyd, but they didn't have the Jalen Phillips, which I said we were going to talk about. Again, that defense is getting so good. They still have Derek Brown as well. Um, yeah, the Panthers are making a lot of moves right now. And there are a lot of good moves. All right, we talked about a lot of the Washington moves. They re they re-signed their offensive tackle Larry Tunsil to a 2-year, $60.2 million extension. The Cowboys restructured Terrence Steele's contract to free up $13 million. We talked all about the Giants.
So apparently, there's a report out that the NFL is not happy with the Ravens backing out of the Crosby deal. But I don't get it because if he didn't pass his physical, why go through with the trade?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, there's a lot of dark and gray areas there on that one. I'm not going to speak much on it until more comes out about it.
So,
Um,
so far, what's being said is they said we surveyed several executives and legal insiders for their thoughts on Tuesday's news that Crosby was going back to Las Vegas Raiders, at least for now. The consensus is that the Ravens might have overstepped by calling off the trade, even if the star edge failed or Russia failed the physical just a couple of months after undergoing surgery on his meniscus. So it's looking like um, that the Ravens jumped the gun.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of question marks I have about a lot of it because they were in talks with Trey Hendrickson the entire time of if they were like if you wanted to come there. Maybe again they saw the physical and then were able to give more to Hendrickson and there's a lot of variables to how it all went down and all went about. So again, we will get more info as the days go on, but they literally just pulled out of it yesterday. So we will definitely get more info as time goes on.
Oh, so I was just reading more. So it says Crosby and his salary reverting to Las Vegas puts the franchise in a tough spot. On the first day of NFL free agency, they signed 8 new players for a projected 283.7 million in total compensation that will become official when the new league begins on Wednesday. So they basically almost forced the Raiders to be over the salary cap.
Yeah, they like really screwed over the Raiders. Like bad. Like because of like they made these moves. Like I'll read them off. Like they made all these moves of they signed.
Yeah, Eric Stokes, 3 years, 30 million.
Yeah,
They re-signed
Linderbaum to a
Malcolm
3-year,
Pitts.
81
Malcolm
million.
Pitts, 1 year, 11 million. Tyler Lombard, 3 years, 81 million. Jalen Naylor, 3 years, 35 million, which we didn't even discuss that one. Uh,
No.
Quiddy Pay, 3 years, 48 million. Kenobi Dean, 3 years, 36 million, and Quay Walker, 3 years, 40.5 million.
Hmm. Yeah, like that was all with them thinking that they're not gonna have Max
Crosby's
Crosby's contract,
yeah, exactly.
and now they have it. Now they're way over.
So I'm curious to see if Baltimore's gonna be punished for this.
Again, there's definitely going to be an investigation into what's happened and like what's going on, like what like really happened with everything. So again, I'm just kind of waiting until more info comes out as we're getting it by the hour. And my next week will probably have a lot more on it than like what we do right now.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we will. That'll be a full week then. But yeah, I'm pretty much sure that's all we have for the.
We say that's all. We've been going for 2 hours and 9 minutes. We're like, yeah, we're not gonna go through all of them. We fucking went through almost all of them.
Hey, it's NFL free agency. I mean, people come to us for their NFL news
Hmm.
because we've been having quite a few people watching us on YouTube.
Yeah, I know it's been a consistent.
Yeah, I wish they had commented so we could say hi to everybody. But hey, to these shown.
Hmm.
Uh, yep. Only thing left we got to do is the sponsors. Well,
Yep.
sponsor. I'll discuss the situation with the store after we're off the air.
Hmm.
All right, go ahead for your W spot.
All right. So we still have our sponsor. We haven't said anything too crazy yet. I say yet. Um,
Just
for DBW,
wait till the next NFL season starts. We might
yeah,
use our sponsor
and
then.
React and Roger, he'll do something to piss you off. Um, and LeBron, he'll do something stupid in the NBA, and I'll get pissed off too. But yeah, Doobie or Dubby. Um, it's a late night gaming energy drink, but it could be used for really anything. For anybody who needs that boost of energy to get them through their day. Uh, Doobie has a lot of great flavors on their website, along with cups. Uh, if you would like to, you can go to their website at doobie.com and put in our code DropZone for 10% off your order. When you put in our promo code DropZone. Uh, Again, a lot of good flavors. Tony, you've tried some, um, and you like them. So again, me, I can't drink energy drinks and stuff. So, but I do have the that I have this with Doobie on it. It's in a few different colors. You can hold your water or whatever drink you want to have in it. In it. So again, thank you for Doobie for sponsoring us. Still, and again, if you want to, you can use our promo code DropZone for 10% off our order or your order.
Yeah, I tried to order the Dragonade a couple of days ago, and it was already sold out. I'm like, son of a bitch! I just got the email like a week ago that it was back in stock. I go to order
Hmm.
it this week, sold out.
Yeah, they sell out of that shit quick, quick. So yeah, again, go over there and get anything while they do have it. Again, a lot of flavors. They have to have what, Tony? Probably 50 things by now.
I mean, if they keep them in stock, they got about at least I want to say at least 20 flavors.
At least 20. Yeah, all right. So I'm on their website now. It's over 15. All right, join us. Sweet and sour blue raz is something that just popped up for me. 15 fire flavors.
I know they just got some new cups in, well tumblers. Sorry, don't mean to call them cups.
Yeah, retro rainbow sherbet, orange cream. Yeah, like a fruit punch one, a s'mores one.
Yeah, so now they got some metal. They call them metal bottles. So just like our tumblers, they're now just the metal ones, which will keep your drinks a lot colder.
Hmm. Yeah, they have a Japanese yuzu flavor, Shadow Monarch, strawberry margarita, a Japanese soda. So they have a lot. Again, just go over to their website at doobie.com. And again, you and use our promo code DropZone for 10% off your order.
Let's see. I'm trying to see. Yeah, they got a. Yeah, they got about 2 pages worth of stuff. Like I said, they got a lot of new the tumblers out. They got some Doobie merchandise as well, like hoodies, hats, flags.
Like I just have it on a random thing, and yeah, I put in the drum in the code, and it took about $6.50 off my order. So good. And who doesn't love saving money? So as my catchphrase, go over there, check them out. Um, but yeah, again, thank you for Doobie for sponsoring us for so long now.
Oh, they got the Dragon Age back in stock, and of course, I'm broke. Son of a bitch. And the funny thing is, the owner of Doobie, his name is Anthony as well.
Of course it is.
Yeah, I got an email from him personally. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, um, yeah, I don't know what we're gonna have for next week. Usually, Jeff usually comes up with the topics, but this week I already seen how many of what was going on with free agency. And the first thing I did was mention goes topic free agency.
Yeah, and then the only other thing was the Bam 83 points. That was all we had. It was a very easy week. I'm sure obviously there's gonna be more news about a bunch of players going everywhere else because there's still a lot of top key people to be signed. So we'll talk more about that next week. And if I can brainstorm any ideas, I am off from work a week next week because it is my birthday on Friday next week. So I took the week off from work to enjoy it. So
Nice.
I will try and brainstorm an idea for us to talk about.
All right, no problem. All right, until next week, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll see you all later.
Bye.